Welcome to this new tutorial. This tutorial comes directly from people who, yeah, a lot of people telling me, tell me, why didn't you start by just explaining the hooks and the basic stuff? And I was like, yeah, you're right. I should probably do some videos around that. So today we're gonna explain a little bit of the use state and the use ref. The use effect is gonna have its own video because it has some more things to talk about. So we have here the latest project, which was wheel drive with your text stack around you. Pretty nice, pretty beautiful. But today is about use ref. Okay, so when are you going to need to use ref? Let's leave the background blue. Let's see what we have on our CSS module. Remember modules that you can assign these to the styles and the class and all of that stuff. Let's keep using that. So let's create an input type text, a normal. Oh, by the way, I have disabled all of the AI tricks, so there's no way to cheat. Also, there's a lot of way to waste time. Thank you. So class, let's give it the class of styles because we're using CSS components from styles. We're gonna give it text. No, let's number input. Okay, and there it is. We can now start giving it its class name, dude. That's why they invented JSX with class name. You know why is it class name? Because class is a reserved word. Class is a word for creating classes on JavaScript. So that's why it is class name. The more you know. So let's give it the number. What did I put? Number input. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place right here. Let's see if something important on the phone. No. So this is already complaining, but not complaining anymore. But it will still complain because it is an empty class. Why do you have an empty class, dude? Put a class there. Put some attributes. Okay. So background I'm gonna use because I feel so like dark inside right now. We're gonna use black, and what else can we set here? Black, but I need the border to be solid, 1 pixel, and the border I want it to be white. Why? You can write either white or FFF. And now we're gonna have our little box. Okay, we need the text white as well, so we need color white. And there you have it. And I want the font size. The font size a little bit larger, like 30 Yeah, that's about right. And I want you to be on the middle, okay? So there are two choices. I can do a display flex and then justify content center. Oh no, this is for the children of the flex. So in this case, I can just use a right. Well, I can just use a margin out of, and that's gonna what? It didn't center. Margin left. Let's do a margin left auto and a margin right auto. It is not centering because it needs a display block, and there we go. So now we have our input. I would like to have like a little bit more of in the body. We can have a background. You can animate body. Did you know that? I'm not sure. Right now, on the top of my head, I don't have it, but let's try to animate the background. So keyframe. So keyframe. No, it's not keyframe animation. No, it's the keyframe of the background animate. And on 0, we're gonna have, let's see what it does when we just put background like black and then 100. You can add as many keyframes as you want, like 1%, 3%, 4%, and such. And let's see what it does with, I want a little bit of dark blue, and we can do a body. We can do animation, and we should have the name of our background animate. No, so we can use transition. Transition is for animations, remember guys. Transition is for animations, and you can determine the keyframes as long as you use transition, okay? Are we good? Are we fine? Do you feel good about it? Okay, you must feel good. It's your obligation today to feel good. So you can use transition and then the name of the animation, background, animate. Oh my god. Okay, so it's background animate. 1 second. Let's see what it does with that. It does nothing. It does nothing because it needs to know. It needs to know if it's gonna be linear or what. Background animate. Let's see what we have here. Background animate. We probably have them in the wrong. Background. No. 1 second. and then background animate, and then linear. So I think we can use animation here. If this is not playing with me, we can say that we want the background animate. I want it to last 1 second, no, like 10 seconds. Timing function is like like the way it is going to acceleration. Like it can bounce and fast and then slow, and you can use the Bezier curve for that, for indicating the speed of the element and such. So it's just for for your knowledge. So delay, the delay is what I just explained. No, it's this. So I want it is out, is in and out. Okay. Delay, I don't want delay. And iteration count, directal, field mode. Field mode, I think we're gonna need it. But the important thing here is infinite. And it is not working. Probably because the body is not okay. We're learning a lot today. So the body won't take an animation. I'm not sure if it is because of the background animate. Let's see what it says. We can do always the animated background. Okay, the animated background. So we don't have an error now, but we need the div to be an class name, style, animated background. No, it is just it is the class we gave it, and it will be empty because we only care about his money right now. We're gold diggers. And I don't know why this color became this thing had background black, color white. Oh yeah, because it doesn't have text. Oh, that was stupid. So we need now this to be huge, like with 100 viewport width, and the height 100 viewport height, right? And it is not working because probably because of my karma, or because you cannot do this like this. Let's see what's the reason for it. Okay, so this one has an error. What? Should have an ID, a name. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a name for you, don't worry. That this one. Oh yeah, I think reverse, and I think it was backwards or something like that. But it helps you because if you have multiple animations, you can define the if one of them is backwards in the same line. If I'm wrong, please correct me on the comments. I need comments. Nobody's commenting. So that's what I always do. This video is about useRef, and I'm teaching you how to animate a background. Great. So let's just keep it that way. Let's see if it is not going to be noticeable, because if I do a reverse here, it will start with this, with the last keyframe, and then end with the first keyframe. So I'm doing this. Oh, what? Dude, I needed infinite. Okay. I'm doing this because I feel like the sites that have these kind of effects on the background, by the way, this is being very weird. Oh yeah, because it just restarts. So we can probably do here an infinite, but there are two ways to do this. You can do an infinite loop, okay. So it is okay. So I'm teaching you how to do the background because I feel like the websites right now that are out there that have this effect that is very easy to accomplish. This was very hard to do like 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, or 6.2.3 two dots 6.56 yeah 8. That was very hard to do because animating colors is kind of a black box, it's like where, I mean, you are in black and then you wanna go to blue, so you're gonna desaturate what of the RGB or the cyan, or you know what I'm talking about, right? It is complex. So this is looking like that because I need another keyframe that is 50%, and it's going to be 100% here, and it's going to be black again, so it looks like a loop. Okay, let's see, and yeah, it looks like a loop. Then we have here some things that we don't want, like this has a padding. This is a padding that the dips have by just by being born. You're born a dip. You're a dip. You have been born, and in this world of crisis, and then you have a padding, and that would be so sad to be born as a dip and having a padding. Can you imagine that? So I think we can just do a padding. It's not a padding, it's a margin. What the hell I'm talking about? pixels, 0 pixels, or we can do a padding 0, or we can do a margin in reverse, but that will mean that we will need so we need a margin that is a negative, right? Like that, so we don't have paddings. I think that's an overkill. I did it too much. So if we did that, we can add here more, and we can add here more. I'm just teaching you how to I think I should make a video, or I think this should be its own video. Don't you agree? How to animate the background of your website? Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then we're going to go to the use ref and use state. Okay, so I'm gonna start the video again.